listening to the Bob Duco Show. There's so much about this executive order, these executive orders of Donald Trump that need to be corrected. I want to share with you now some op-eds that people are writing about this. And by the way, tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock, Donald Trump is planning on announcing his Supreme Court nominee to replace Antonin Scalia. Going to do it on live television at 8 p.m. So we'll certainly be talking about that on Wednesday. All right, let me share with you some op-eds here about this Donald Trump issue. National Review writes this headline, quote, Trump executive order on refugees separating fact from hysteria. And they say, quote, the hysterical rhetoric about President Trump's executive order on refugees is out of control. Let's slow down and take a look at the facts. One would think, watching the media, one would think that President Trump just fundamentally corrupted the American character. You would think that the executive order on refugees he signed betrayed America's founding ideals. You know, might even think he banned people from an entire faith from America's shores. Look at the rhetoric we're hearing from people such as Chuck Schumer, who said, quote, tears are running down the cheeks of the Statue of Liberty. As a grand tradition in America, welcoming immigrants that has existed since America was founded has been stomped upon. Taking in immigrants and refugees is not only humanitarian, but has also boosted our economy and created jobs decade after decade. This is one of those backwards and nasty executive orders that the president has issued. Nancy Pelosi said, quote, as the Statue of Liberty holds her torch of welcome high, there are tears in her eyes as she sees how this administration has stopped in its callousness toward mothers and children escaping war-torn Syria. This administration has mistaken cruelty for strength and prejudice for strategy. Okay, again, folks, my question to Nancy Pelosi is, did she say that about Barack Obama? Because Barack Obama also banned refugees from Syria for his first 6 years in office, other than just a few dozen isolated case-by-case exceptions, which Donald Trump has already said he'll make isolated case-by-case exceptions as well. So do these words apply to Barack Obama? They go on. CNN actually ran a headline saying, quote, Trump bans 134 million people from the United States. The Huffington Post put the Statue of Liberty upside down on its front page. So what did Trump do? Did he implement his promised Muslim ban? No, far from it. He backed down dramatically from his campaign promises and instead signed an executive order dominated mainly by moderate refugee restrictions and temporary provisions aimed directly at limiting immigration from jihadist conflict zones. Let's analyze the key provisions, separate the fact from the hysteria, and introduce just a bit of historical perspective. First, the order temporarily halts refugee admissions for 120 days to improve the vetting process. Then it caps refugee admissions at 50,000 per year. Outrageous, right? Not so fast. Before 2016, when Obama dramatically ramped up the refugee admissions, Trump's 50,000 stands roughly in between a typical year of refugee admissions in George W. Bush's 2 terms and a typical year in Obama's 2 terms. Those are the numbers I was telling you folks earlier. In 2002, the United States admitted only 27,131 refugees. Anyway, goes on to say, the bottom line is that Trump is improving security screenings and intends to admit refugees at close to the average rate of the last 15 years since 9/11, before Obama's dramatic 1-year expansion in 2016. Obama's expansion was a departure from recent norms, not Trump's contraction. And again, this is only a temporary halt on ISIS nations. There's a couple other things in here I want to address, and I'll go through those next with you here on the Bob Duco Show.